Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for another video presentation with regards to our subject question document examination. And in this video, we are going to have here all about signature. So I believe that all of us, we have our own signature. Okay, so let us try to consider some of the definitions that was taken from a book and as well as the etymology of the word signature. So meron po tayo dito. It came from the Latin word signare. Okay, take note, signare or the Latin word signare, it means to sign or mark. Okay, so as to the definitions that we have in here, a signature, take note, it is a handwritten and sometimes stylized depiction of someone's name, nickname, or even simple X that a person writes on document as a proof of identity and intent. Okay, so it is also common for the artist or mga artista na kilala natin yung mga autograph kaya nabanggit din. One of the characteristics of a signature, a stylized depiction. And another thing that we are going to consider in here, some individuals also prefer to have their name as their signature. Okay? So, but they are not just going to have it on a printed manner. So usually ang ginagawa po nila, okay, ay they will have it in a cursive manner. Okay? Kung hindi man yung pangalan, nickname yung ginagamit. So this kind of signatures, we can easily identify kung sino yung may-ari niyan since naka-project na doon or given na doon yung name or nicknames nila on their own signature. Okay? However, meron din tayo dito, sinabi dyan, or even simple X or yung tinatawag natin na crossmark signature. So, ngayon, ito ay karaniwan sa mga may sakit, okay? Or yung mga tao, okay, na hindi nakapag-aral, usually. Illiterate individuals. So, instead, they are going to have, since they don't have their own signature or a personalized signature, they can just have simple X as their signature. But take note, in doing this, it must be have, I mean, it should be witnessed by an individual or other individual. So, kailangan meron pong mag-testify, okay, na yon during the time na nilagay, okay, ng illiterate na individual na yun, yung taong hindi nakapag-aral. Since hindi siya nakapag-aral, ayun, ang gagawin lang niya, mag-mark ng X. So, ngayon, kailangan merong mag-testify, okay, or merong witness, I should say. So, yun, and then, ang gagawin ng witness, syempre, pepirma din yung witness, okay, to show, okay, to acknowledge that, yun, the person during that time, okay, ay siya yung naglagay nung X mark. Okay? So, another one, I've mentioned already, acknowledgement kanina. Diba? So, ngayon, signature, it will serve as a sign of acknowledgement. So, kaya laging sinasabi, pinapaalalahanan tayo, usually, ng ating mga mentors or ng ating mga kilala or legal advisors na kapag tayo ay pipirma, okay, ng isang document, lalong-lalo na yung, kung yan ay kontrata, okay, kontrata sa trabaho or whether business related, okay, contracts, kinakailangan na basahin ng maigi yung ating pinipirmahan na yung ating kontrata bago natin pirmahan. Because if you are going to put your signature there, then that means you are agreeing with all that was written, okay, on the document. Okay, so yon, it shows that or it signifies that the individual ratified its contents. Okay, so as I've said, before we sign, okay, documents, we should always ratify, okay, the content, okay, from page to page for us, okay, not to be not for us not to be experiencing, okay, pwedeng scam, tayo ay ma-scam, kaya ay tayo ay maloko. Okay, so it is a personal combination of strokes and which is possible to recognize the writer. Okay, so ngayon, kung hindi nickname or name yung ginagamit or X yung ginagamit, usually symbols na hindi natin na ma-identify as letter. Okay, so yun, combination of strokes, just not just mere letters. So ngayon, we have here some forms of signatures. As I've said a while ago, it may be their name, or it has their name. And as you can see, their name, his name in here is Gulam Abbas. So these are foreign names that we borrowed actually. So as you can see, he used his name as his signature, but he have it in a cursive manner, same as to the other signatures in here. So ito naman, this may be a personalized stroke kind of signature, katulad ng mga to. So maybe this is a stylish kind of signature. So we can't identify if that is a letter actually. Okay, it is a personalized strokes, katulad din nito. We can't identify it as a letter. So anyway, those are some of the characteristics of signature that we encountered, okay, or that we have, or maybe that we might be encountering in the future. Okay, so as to the function, to summarize the overall function of signature, of course, provenance of document. Okay, or if you sign, okay, if you signed let's say a letter, okay, let's say on the letter, so if you signed on the end part of the letter, if you signed, you put your name, okay, you indicated your name, and then you signed, then that proves that you are the one who made that document, okay, or the source of the document is you. Okay, so you are proving that you are the owner, or you are the ones who created that document. Okay, and the intention of an individual with regard to the document, or in other words, or if kung hindi man ikaw yung gumawa ng document, then it serves as acknowledgement, okay, na tinatanggap mo lahat yung mga nandun, yung content ng document. Okay, so those are the two basic functions of document that we have here. So next in here is, okay, we have here the term crossmark, that as I've mentioned, that I've mentioned a while ago. Crossmark, so usually, meron tayo yung mga illiterate individuals during the old times. Okay? So, ang ginagamit na lang is X, yung sign nila. Okay? And yung mga tao din, based on our history, itong mga tao na illiterate, okay, walang kakayahan para magsulat, usually, they are hiring scribes, okay, para magsulat para sa kanila. And ngayon, take note, as I've mentioned a while ago then, as you can see in here, di ba? We have here a voter signature actually. So, yun, the individual, okay? If the individual in here is, the voter is not literate, okay, then he doesn't have signature, or meron siyang kapansanan, okay? Hindi siya makapagsulat, kapag create ng signature, then if the individual will be using cross marks as his signature, then make sure that there will be a signature of a witness below, okay? So that is to confirm, or that is to validate, to say that that signature, or that symbol was uh, indicated by that illiterate person during the time, okay, or during that specific time. And now we have here also evidential signature. So it is not simply a signature, it says in here. It is a signature signed at a particular time and place, or simply, okay, the signature was written, or that was indicated with a purpose, okay, with a purpose, or with a particular purpose. So after reading all the documents, the content of the documents, okay, and then you are convinced with all the agreements, then you are going to indicate already your signatures. What is your purpose on that? Okay, so your purpose is you are agreeing on all the documents, all the contents of the document, and that is an evidential signature. Okay, and usually we have here, we are encountering this in some contracts, okay, contracts, as well as affidavits, maybe, okay, and other kinds of legal documents. Now we have here also a fraudulent signature, and this is the main focus of question document examination actually. So fraudulent signature. So our purpose usually is to detect this kind of signatures, right? Okay, so we are simply referring to forged signature po dito. So, paano natin masasabi na yan ay a fraudulent signature or a forged signature? So, if that was made, okay, by a a person or someone who is not the owner or who is not really the owner of that signature, and then he used it without permission or he copied it, okay, he imitate it, okay, so that is a form, or we can say that it is already a fraudulent signature. So these are common, especially involves monetary transactions, or if not, with regards to legal, okay, issues. And ngayon, there are different kinds or different techniques in forging signatures also. So let us try to have them as we move on in our slides, on the following slides. And meron din tayo, okay, ito yung sinasabi ko, isang klase ito, isang technique ito for having or for doing a fraudulent signature. So freehand signature. So as you can see, meron po tayo ditong illustration anong ginagawa niya. So actually, nagpo-practice siya. So, ginagawa po ng iba na, nagawa na po siguro ng iba ito sa atin, di ba? So, ngayon, katulad na lang sa letter, excuse letter ng ating mga parents. So, gusto nyo or ayaw ng parents ninyo na pirmahan. Kaya, yun, para kayo ay magkaroon ng, para ma-validate yung excuse letter ninyo, ang ginagawa ninyo, okay? Kokopyahin. Tinitrace ninyo or kung hindi man, itong tinatawag natin na free signatures. You are going to practice several times muna yung signature ng parents ninyo. Then you are going to have and afterwards you are going to try to use to sign, okay, sign sign on the excuse letter, okay. So freehand signature po ito. So meron din kasi tayo yung tinatawag na tracing signature. So let us try to have here the next slide. Guided signature naman, common ito sa mga may sakit, especially serious illness or hindi na makatayo. So, guided signature. So, ngayon, meron tayong apat na klase actually ng guided signature. So, meron tayong inner hand. Okay? Inner hand guided signature. So, ano to? Sabi dyan, refers to completely involuntary. Okay? So, ngayon, incapability of motor activity. So, ito na talaga yung mga hindi makagalaw, hindi makasulat. Okay? So, kinakailangan talaga ng inner hand type of guided signature. So, anong gagawin? Hahawakan nung tao na mag-guide. Okay? Hawakan niya yung kamay nung tao na may sakit, okay? Na hindi unconscious man or conscious. Okay? So, ngayon, hahawakan niya ng maigi yung kamay and then siya yung magdadirect. Okay? Magdadirect ng signature nung may sakit na individual. Okay? So, that is an inner hand. Okay? So, kontrolado. The control is on the individual or on the person who is guiding. Okay? So, siya mismo yung may control. And ngayon, we have here the guided hand naman. Okay? So, sinabi dyan, partial incapacitation only. Okay? So, situation in which the person providing the person of control. So, it is not on the person guiding. The control is not on the person, okay, guiding, but partial, okay, guidance only. Okay? Or partial control on the movement of the hand, okay, nung ina-assist, okay, or ginaguidean niya, okay, to create the signature. So, yon yung pagkakaiba niya sa inner hand. Ngayon, forced hand, common naman ito sa mga yun, hinostage para pirmahan or pilitin na pirmahan yung document. So, hahawakan mismo nila yung kamay nung hinostage nila or nung subject nila, okay? Or that person na gusto nilang pumirma dun sa document. So, since ayaw, pipilitin na hawakan yung kamay and then uh, and then they're going to indicate the signature on the document. Okay? So, forced hand by the word itself. And we have here assisted hand. Okay? So, assistant hand, one in which the person assisting, sabi dyan, or coadjutant, or person assisting the person who cannot have his signature. So, ngayon, sabi dyan, provides help to a lesser degree only. So, as you can see in here, anong ginagawa po ng ating assistant? So, instead na hahawakan yung kamay all from the start, nagagawin yung signature, ang ginagawa, pinapanood na lang muna and then pag napansin niya na hindi kaya or hindi kayang mabuo, okay, nung ill individual, okay, or old individual, yung signature niya, that's the time he will take the hand of that person and then i-guide niya to create the signature. So those are the types of guided signature. Now we have here also model signature. So as to the model signature, this is the one that is being used naman po ito ng ating forger. So ano yan? It can be gathered through illegally or it may be gathered uh, legally or illegally. Or it may be known by the subject since friend niya. So, nakuha niya yung signature ng kaibigan niya. Okay? Or pwede rin na unconscious or hindi niya alam. Okay? Kasi ninakaw yung ID, maybe. Okay? Or ninakaw yung letter na merong pirma yung owner ng signature. Okay? So, this is used for imitation. Okay, as a model for imitation or for traced forgery. As you can see in here, this is the model signature and we have here traced forgery. And yan po yung titignan natin. So, through your naked eye, you can already see the difference of this one. So, this is an original signature, the original signature. Pero kung mapapansin niyo nag-iba yung itsura dito. So, yan po yung ating tututukan when it comes to question document examination, particularly in signature identification or examination of a forged signature. Okay, so let us try to have here later on yung characteristics ng forged signature. So we have here theory of comparison. So we are referring to we can do this when it comes to examination of signatures. Okay, a question the signature and of course a the collected signature or the model or the genuine signature. Okay, so the signature is inverted in an inverted position, okay, to weight identifying significance as you can see in here or in the opposite position. So as you can see, there are two signatures in here and we can say the difference. So saan po kaya kung kayo ang mag-exam yan, examine yan, saan kaya dito yung genuine and then saan kaya dito yung forged na signature. So as you can see, in this part, they are almost the same on the initial part. But as you can see here on the last portion, this might be, okay, this is done in a free or let's say it has a good rhythm. Tuloy-tuloy, di ba? So unlike in here, there is a present, uh, there is a presence of, or there are presence of tremors or shaking. Okay, so this might be done in a slow manner. Okay, kaya masasabi natin baka uh, ito ang baka ito yung forge signature dito. Okay? So anyway, those are just some basic things that we consider when it comes to examination of signature. So ano to? Ano naman kaya ang mga dahilan? Okay, bakit sinabi dito the examination of signature is considered as a specialized branch of handwriting. Okay, identification. So what is the reason behind? Sinabi po dyan, a signature is a word most practiced by many people. Okay, so almost all individual, mga estudyante, mapa-estudyante ka man, kinakailangan nila sa school. Okay, para ma-identify nila. Okay, na yan yung signature mo, kinukuha yung signature mo, they are going to get your signature and then they are going to put it on your student IDs. Okay, ganun din sa mga transactions niyo sa school. And of course, in all, okay, adult, okay, especially those professionals in their daily transactions. Okay, we are using it. And signature has a great personal significance also. So that's why we can use it for identification. And even though the signature is having a little attention of spelling, okay, but we can gather, okay, we can we can use this as an identifying, okay, uh, identifying or for us to identify a individual and with This is done without conscious thought. Okay, especially if you that was your that signature was done by you, or that was your signature from your high school days and then until this adulthood stage, then we can say that your muscle or the muscle of your hand is already uh, or mastered, okay, the movements in creating your signature. So even though you are not conscious, you can create it. Okay, hindi mo ano, kahit hindi mo man lang yan tinitignan, okay, or hindi mo yan pwedeng kahit nakapikit ka, okay, or anong posisyon mo man, nagagawa mong ma-produce yan. Okay? So, we have here, a signature is the only word, and this is true. The illiterate can write with confidence. Right? So, meron po tayo yung mga parents natin, even though that they are not that literate or nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral, is meron silang kanya-kanyang signature. So anyway, that is under theory of comparison. Now we have here the types of signature naman po. So as to types of signature, meron po tayo dito yung una, when tinatawag po natin na formal signature, or this is the signature that we really, okay, or that an individual really possess, or it refers to the complete correct signature of the individual, okay, of the person, and this is the one that he is using in his official transactions, lalong-lalo na kung yan ay legal transactions, business transactions, or contractual transactions. Okay, so formal signature, and usually mahaba. Ano ang pwedeng what would be the basic characteristics of a formal signature? Maybe it is longer. Okay, it possess the names, or maybe it is a long personalized, okay, strokes, and maybe it contains the nickname also. And take note, we can say that that is a formal signature if that is the complete correct signature. So, paano naman kapag yan ay ginagamit lang niya for routine documents? Parang initial, kumbaga. Okay, so tinatawag po natin na siyang informal cursory or cursory signature. Okay, so kung mapapansin niyo dito, kung sa formal, okay, yung formal signature niya is ganito, so ginagamit niya na yan sa mga importante talagang document, okay, na hindi basta-basta. It involves a higher value of money maybe, or it involves something that it's not that as, or we can say it is really very important. Okay, pero yon, since daily documents, katulad na lang siguro ng pag-receive ng letter, okay, to acknowledge that he received a letter, or to acknowledge that he received a document, this is, or he is using informal or cursory. Katulad ng ibang teachers. So kung sa class record ang ginagamit niya ay formal, okay, kaya siyan ay isasubmit niya sa administration or sa registrars ng school ninyo. Pero pag meron siyang na-receive na letter ng estudyante, okay, or sa kanyang logbook ng consultation, okay? Just to acknowledge, gumagamit yung mga yan ng informal or cursory signature. And meron tayo personalized, or siya mismo yung gumawa, or semi-personalized, maybe kinopya niya, okay, sa ibang tao yung some part of the strokes. Okay? So now we have here the other one, the careless scribble, tinatawag natin. Careless scribble. So usually yan po yung ginagamit naman ng mail carriers, okay? Or delivery or autograph collector. And then pwede rin ito, okay? Usually pwedeng gamitin ng mga ito, okay, affected, or writers are affected by illness. Kasi anong characteristics nito? Usually these are just small, or composed of a smaller or shorter strokes, okay? Or just a single stroke maybe, or just minimal strokes. Okay? So, pwedeng gamitin ng old age individual, ill individual, okay? And others. So, anong halimbawa niyan na nasabi natin? Pwede ito common sa mail carriers, lalong-lalo na uh, maraming or time matters for those individuals since they have lots of mails to deliver. Okay? Kaya short lang yung ginagamit, and we call them as careless scribble. Okay, so as you can see, we have here the three. Okay, and we added here types also. So as to the formal, it can be used, or it is usually on legal or official documents, wills, contracts. As you can see, these kinds of documents are very much important. So hindi basta-basta yung mga dokumento na to. Kaya kinakailangan formal or your complete, okay, correct signature is the one that you're going to use. And we have here informal, just for routine documents or personal correspondence, katulad po ng nabanggit ko kanina, pag receive lang ng letter coming from the other teacher, maybe from the parent, or maybe on the consultation logbooks. And we have here also the initials or scribbles, or tinatawag natin na careless scribble. So these are commonly used by mail deliveries, credit card slips, okay, in banks, or kung hindi man, receipts. Kung mapapansin niyo bago kayo lalabas sa gwardiya, sa market, di ba? Kung mapapansin po natin, meron po tayong mga gwardiya na kinukuha yung signature, and then they are having their careless scribble signature. Okay, so that is the common use of that. And then we have here celebrity autographs. As you can see, they have a flourished, illegible, okay, projecting celebrity idealized image, okay, and it may be written by an assistant. And if you observe, it is really stylish, okay, flourished, or maganda yung pagkakagawa niya. Okay, so those are those are some illustrations that we could show just to have just to further elaborate formal, informal, careless scribble, and then the autograph or celebrity autographs. Now we have here the different kinds also of forged signatures. Una po dyan na meron tayo yung tinatawag po natin na simple forgery. Okay, and tinatawag din po, take note, okay, spurious signature. Right, so as to the basic or keyword that we can use in here, the individual who forged the signature has no apparent to attempt, okay, of simulation or imitation. So anong ibig sabihin niya dyan? So hindi niya kinopya yung model signature na sinasabi natin. Hindi niya as in kinopya in toto. Okay, or wala siyang balak na kopyahin yon. Okay? So, anong ginawa lang? So, basta na lang naglagay ng marka. Not copying the model, okay? Or what, not basing on the model. So, just put a signature, okay? And this is kind of forgery is easily detected, okay? So, ngayon, bakit, paano natin madidetect to agad? Or ano kaya yung dahilan? Meron kasi tayong na-encounter, di ba? Especially students. If you're going to make an excuse letter or promissory note, okay, addressed to the school or addressed to the teacher, ang hinihingi ng teacher or ng eskwelahan, dapat merong valid ID, okay, Xerox copy ng valid ID ng iyong parents na may kasamang signature. Okay, so anong dahilan? Okay, that is to compare, really. Okay, kung yung signature ba, kamukha talaga nung signature na nandun sa letter, or magkaparehas ba yung signature sa ID as well as to the letter. Okay, so we can easily identify that. Okay, so yun yung kagandahan when it comes to examining simple forgeries. Kasi nga, that is not copied. So, magkalayong itsura ng gantong klase ng forged signature doon sa original signature. So, that's the reason why madali nating makopya. Magawa. Okay, so as you can see, let's say the signature of the individual. Okay, let's say my original signature. Okay, so my original signature is like this. Okay, so this is my original signature. Medyo mahirap mag-drawing sa mouse natin. Well, anyway, I'll try in here. Dito na lang banda. So let's say this is my original signature. So just to show simple forgery, okay, this is my original signature. So just to show simple forgery or spurious signature, sabi natin, yung forger, wala siyang balak na kopyahin or i-imitate yung original na signature or yung model signature. So anong ginawa? Okay, basta na lang naglagay ng signature katulad na lang nito. Okay, or ginamit niya lang, nilagyan na lang ng ganyan. So as you can see, nagkakalayo po sila dun sa model signature or original signature natin, di ba? Or kung hindi man, ito yung ginamit niya, basta na lang siyang naglagay ng signature or just simple stroke. Okay? So that is what we are referring to as simple forgery or spurious signature. So ito po yung, tandaan po natin, ito po yung pinakamadaling ma-detect na klase ng signature or forged signature. Ngayon, ito naman yung medyo mas mahirap ma-identify. Okay? Mas mahirap to ng konti. Yung it should be. Okay? Ito pala yung pinakamahirap. Actually, simulated or freehand imitation forgery. So, paano yan? Yung nabanggit natin kanina, as you can see, nag-practice siya ng ilang beses. Okay? Nag-practice siya ng ilang beses and then until such time na perfect niya, nakamukhang-kamukha ng original signature. Okay? And that's the time ilalagay na niya sa document. Okay? Freehand. Hindi tracing or walang tracing na ginawa. Just simply having it on a freehand. Okay? So, yun nga lang, syempre, kinopya niya yung original signature. Hindi katulad ng simple or spurious signature, basta na lang siya naglagay ng kung anong signature. Or baka nilagyan niya lang, okay, ng kung ano-anong strokes. Pero ito talagang kinopya niya. Nag-base siya sa model signature. And yun, pinractice niya sa kanya ilagay sa document. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang technique dito. Dalawang klase or dalawang technique in doing simulated or freehand imitation forgery. So, meron tayo dito simulated with the model before the forger. So, ito, kinopya niya mismo. Okay? Obtain the reproduction of the model signature. And, ang ginawa niya, okay, kaharap niya mismo and then unti-unti niyang kinokopya. Okay? Stroke after stroke. So, meron tayo dito direct technique din and then indirect technique. Okay? So, ito direct na ginawa niya is ball pen. So, permanent agad. Okay? Habang nandyan sa harapan niya po yung model signature, unti-unti niyang kinokopya. Okay? So, yon. Ito naman, indirect technique, inuna muna ay lapis. Ginamitan muna ng lapis and then saka dinoblehan or ginawang permanent by using permanent ink, a pen with permanent ink or a ball pen, in other words. Okay? So, sa pangalawa, meron po tayong simulated freehand forgery. Ito yung nag-practice na siya ng ilang beses. Okay? Some practice or do practice for several times. And then that by the time that he mastered it, he's the one. He already indicated it on the document. Okay, so those are the two techniques when it comes to freehand imitation forgery. And the next one in here, this is a little bit easy. Okay, mas madali kaysa dun sa, ito ay mas mahirap ng konti kaysa dun sa spurious forgery. So, ang nangyayari kasi dito, okay, trace, by the word trace, okay, so trace forgery or trace signature, okay, so following the outline of genuine signature. So, maraming klase din or maraming technique yung ginagawa dito. So, meron tayo yung isa dito, the direct tracing. So, anong ginagamit? Transmitted light. So, pwede rin sa salamin, di ba? Yung ginagawa natin pag hindi tayo marunong mag-drawing ng ating mga pusa during our elementary days. Hindi natin kayang mag-drawing ng cat, ng dog. Ang ginagawa, kumukuha tayo ng model natin, then nilalapag sa salamin, hinaharap sa bintana natin, then nilalapagan natin ng bond paper, clean bond paper, then doon natin tinitrace. Okay? So that is an example of direct tracing also. Katulad din sa model signature natin. And we have here also indirect tracing naman, the use of carbon paper. Just like na lang here in our illustration, but the one that he used is a flower. Okay? Pero pwede rin sa signature. So yun, they're going to use the carbon and saka na lang nila i-permanent. Okay? Gawan ng, doblehin ng ball pen. Okay? And indentation process naman, parang carbon process lang ito din. Okay? So ito yung ginagawa nyo. Okay? Nangungopia tayo nung elementary or high school maybe. Okay? So, kinukuha ninyo yung, let's say, your classmate answered in a pad paper. Okay? Tapos, pagkatapos niyang nagsagot, kinukuha niyo yung, next sheet of paper. Okay? Kasi you are going to look on. Okay? Kasi merong indentation dun sa papel na yan. Okay? So yan, anong gagawin na ng paano naman sa signature yan? So yun, by the process of indentation, so they are going to trace. Okay? So kunin yung model signature. Tapos sa baba niya, meron yung clean sheet of paper kung saan natin ita-transfer or balak gamitin. Okay? Or the document na ita-transfer natin yung signature. So yun, you are going to trace dun mismo sa model signature, and then yung indentation niya magkakaroon sa baba. Okay? It will form an indentation on the next paper. So that is an indentation process. So afterwards, you are going to uh, follow, or you are going to ink, okay? Or you are going to use ball pen already on that indented part of the paper. Okay, so that is the indentation process of forging a signature. Okay, so katulad din po, this is actually an example of a direct process of tracing or tracing signature. So the use of projection process or transmitted light process, the use of strong light, as you can see in our illustration. Right, so that is for that part. And we have here also, okay, sorry for the number, it should be number 5. Okay, so forgery by means of a stamp facsimile, okay, of a genuine or model. So as you can see, it is common nowadays. So meron tayo ngayon, so forge, or meron tayong mga stamp pad na ginagamit ngayon, and sometimes pwede rin nila yung fino-forge, okay, or ginagamit nila yan to forge large documents also. Okay, or large number of documents. And meron din tayo forgery. Common ito ngayon sa mga electronic signatures. Okay, by the use of computer scanning. So, kinuha yung hard copy. Okay, kinuha yung hard copy ng signature, tapos in-scan, and then yun, ginamitan ng different softwares, computer softwares to have that uh, signature, have it in a electronic signature. So, pwede rin yan. So, that is a kind of forgery by computer scanning. Okay? So, we have here indicators of simulated and traced forgery. So, as you can see, number 1 po dyan, absence of rhythm. So, we have mentioned all the last time rhythm about handwriting. So, if you can say the writings or those writings have a good rhythm kung tuloy-tuloy yan. Okay? Mapapansin mo, walang angular formations, walang form of hesitations, then it has a good rhythm. So, yun. Absence of rhythm, then yun, maraming hinto. Maraming pen lifts, pahinto-hinto yung sulat, angular formations, then we can say, or we can see that that is also okay, a forged signature. So, yun, carefulness or unusual care in deliberation, mapapansin po natin yan kung makapal yung ink. Pwede makapal yung ink, or perfect, or mapapansin natin since makapal yung ink, pwedeng slow writing or slow movement yung ginawa niya. Since kinokopya niya, hindi niya kapisado yung signature. Kaya, yun, ginagawa ay, nagawa niya ng mabagal. Okay, observe contrast between upward and downward stroke. So, ito rin, yung minsan mahirap kopyahin. So, kung sa normal na sa owner, okay, ng signature, let's say perfect yung upward stroke niya or yung ovals niya or downward stroke. Pero kapag ikaw, hindi sa'yo yan, and then kukopyahin mo, sometimes, dyan ka, or yan yung mga times na madali or parts, okay, wherein we can easily identify. Okay? So, absence of spontaneity or lack of smoothness of letters, just like what I've mentioned a while ago with regards to absence of rhythm as well. So with this, the rhythm of your handwriting is poor, or there is absence of a good rhythm of of uh, producing the signature. Okay, restrained writing or lack of freedom or inhibited movements. So masyadong, sabihin natin, masyadong maikli yung signature. Okay, or the signature is na in normal, okay, malawak naman yung spacing. Okay, pero nung kinopya or yung sa forged signature, we can observe lumiit, okay? Or yung spacing nagbago. Okay, absence of variation. Ito naman ay dun sa lapad ng ink. Absence of variation. So masasabi natin na kung sa simula malapad yung ink, Okay, pare-parehas yung pressure na ginawa niya. Okay, so since ganun, ibig sabihin nun, that might be a sign of simulated forgery or maybe traced forgery. And patching naman, okay, so yun, there are signs of patching maybe kapag yan ay nagkamali siya ng paglagay, okay, doon sa letter or doon sa stroke. Then ang nung ginawa, babalikan niya tapos uulit-ulitin para ma-emphasize niya or para maayos yung signature. So let us try to have here some illustrations on the next slides later on showing patching. Okay, I'll show you patching on our next slide. So let us try to have here pen leaves also. Pen leaves, when it comes, pen leaves, in that is a form of hesitation actually. So as you can see, okay, this is the original, right? This is the original signature and this is the forged signature. So bakit natin masasabi na merong ano dyan? Pen leaf. Okay? So as you can see, ito naman, in the original, okay, tuloy-tuloy yung flow ng ating at ng stroke. Okay? But as you can see here, hindi tuloy-tuloy yung yung movement. Okay? Mapapansin niyo din, iba yung formation niya dito. Okay? Iba yung kung mapapansin niyo din, putol dito. Okay? Putol or there is a sign of pen leaf, okay, or hesitation. As you can see also, medyo kumapal din dito. Okay? Yung ink niya. Okay? And also, as you can see, ganun din dito. Magkaiba yung formation. So, in here, it is freely executed in that manner. But in here, there is a form or there is a sign of hesitation. And there is darkening on that part also. So, that might be a sign of pen leaf or that might be a sign of hesitation also. So, tremor naman, okay? So, tremor naman, nanginginig yung sulat. Okay? Shaking of the pen also. But this is not a conclusive sign of forgery kasi possible baka merong sakit yung individual, okay? Na sadyang nanginginig yung kamay. Okay? Or nilalamig yung tao, that might be the cause of the tremor or shaking of the pen that creates a wavy line, okay? Or wavy strokes. So we have here speed and pressure. So yun, as I've said a while ago, di ba? Nasabi natin absence of variation kasi nga sabi dito when it comes to speed and pressure kapag mabilis ka, okay, or with a good rhythm or you are the real owner of that signature. So there is a variation when it comes to the pen pressure as well as the thickness of the ink. So, yon, sign po ng forgery yan kapag the ink lines remains constant in thickness. So, ibig sabihin, mabagal yung pagkakasulat niya. So, you try to do that. So, I believe we had an activity with regards to that class. So, I believe you were able to observe that. Okay, slow writing as well as uh, uh, fast handwriting. So you can observe that in slow writing, okay, slow execution of doing the signature or writing, you can observe that the ink lines or the thickness of the ink lines remains constant from the very first until dun sa ending stroke. But if you compare on fast writing, mapapansin niyo there are variations. So biglang kumapal, numipis, kumapal, and then numipis na naman, and then kumapal na naman because of the good relaxation po ng ating hand. Okay? And now we have here an example. Okay? So genuine. So we have here skilled forgery. Bakit kaya sinabing skilled forgery? So halos mukhang kamukha. So this is very hard to determine. This is unskilled forgery as you can see. Medyo kamukha ng konti. Okay? However, we can easily identify since there are forms of hesitations or slow movements, okay, that might be the cause of that angular formation in here. Okay, and then the oval or the upward stroke and downward stroke here is very much different on this part, okay, on the original. And random forgery or pwede dito, it is spurious forgery, okay? And or we can say that the individual is not skilled, okay, in forging signature. So, yun. Same as to the other illustrations that we have in here. So as you can see also, bakit kaya nasabi na forged tracing ito? So kung mapapansin niyo, ito po yung genuine. So tignan niyo po yung ink lines niya. Is it constant? Is it that thick? Okay, so as you can see, the ink lines is not constant, and then the ink line is not that as thick also. So as you can see, the ink line in here, the ink lines in here is very thick or thicker than the genuine, and the ink lines remain constant. Okay, the thickness, its thickness remain constant from the very first stroke until dumating po sa final stroke. So freehand naman, as you can see, ito yung medyo mahirap na nasabi ko kanina, medyo mahirap na mapansin kasi nga the forger might be skilled in doing such. Okay, so as you can see, uh, it's very hard to, or it's very much, it looks very much alike on the genuine signature. Okay, so we have here also on the other side, what is the reason might be that this is forged. Okay, this is the forged one. So as you can see, it has the absence of rhythm as well. As you can see, this continues. So, hindi tuloy-tuloy. Unlike in here, parang tuloy-tuloy naman yung pagkakasulat. Aside from that, okay, the formation of the strokes in here, it is poor, as well as it's not the same on the strokes that was created or that is presented dun sa original signature natin. Okay? So, medyo thicker din. Okay? Thick yung ano niya. Hindi there's an absence of variation also. Okay, pen leaves. Meron ding mga pen leaves, as you can see. There are thickening of the ink in here as well as there. Okay, and there might be a form of patching. So, let's say, yun, yung sinabi nating patching kanina, let's say, we can see some in here, or let's say in here, as you can see, parang merong thickening. So, possible baka binalikan niya po. Okay? So, let's say nagkaroon ng irregular formation sa kanyang letter A, kaya ang ginawa binalikan para iayos na magkasalubong sila. Okay? To form a letter A, for it not to be misunderstood as letter U. Okay? So, that is a sign, or that is yan yung sinasabi natin ulit na patching. Okay? During our previous discussion. So that is patching. Now we have here the genuineness of writing. So for us to say that that is a genuine signature, of course, we can see it's same in handwriting. Okay, with regards to signature, then of course that is we can see that that is normally written and executed. Okay, by having the characteristics. Okay, that it has variations. Okay, it is not we cannot see hesitate. We cannot see sign of hesitations or pen leaves. Then we can say that that is a genuine signature. Okay, we cannot see irregularities on the part, okay, wherein the strokes are not discontinued, okay, or hindi makapal yung ink lines, okay, kabaliktaran ng mga nabanggit natin kanina, then we can see or we can say that that is a genuine signature. Okay, so with that, when a forgery is established, of course, when there is a signature, when there is already, okay, unnatural observations that we can see dun sa signature. Katulad ng nabanggit natin kanina, unnatural naman yung masyadong makapal, okay? Or masyadong magkaparehas yung slant. So, slant, size ng letter, yung slant niya, yung spacing niya, as in yung position, it is very much similar, then we can say that is traced signature. Diba? So, that is unnatural. Okay? Yung thickening ng lines, okay? That might be a sign of patching, okay? And maybe irregularities on the formation ng stroke. So, yun, that can be, or we can have already a we can suspect already that that signature is forged also. Okay? So, signature written under abnormal condition, wag po nating kakalimutan. So, hindi lahat po ng shaky writings doon or tremors of on the handwritings or on the signature, on the strokes of the signature, ay sasabihin natin that is a sign of forged signature. Hindi po laging ganon. Okay? We are going to consider some of this abnormal condition. Anong sabi dyan? Pwede. The subject might be standing. Okay? So, nasa labas sila ng classroom or nasa hallway sila tapos nagpapapirma yung estudyante. Kaya nagkaroon ng irregularities or unnatural observations sa signature since he is standing. Okay? Reclining or riding or writing upon. Okay? An uneven surface. Okay? Or rough surface. Kaya nagkaroon ng irregular indentation sa kanyang writing. Okay? Or nagkaroon ng damage yung paper. Okay? And it doesn't mean that the signature is not genuine. Okay? That might be still genuine. Okay? And we just need to establish that the writer or the person who created that signature have that or made that during an abnormal condition, such as those mentioned. Okay? So overall, that is for signature for now, and or for the video presentation for now. So we are going to continue on our next, maybe on the following videos. I'll be continuing with regards to still signature examination. So thank you for watching, and have a good day, everyone. See you next time.